Hello everybody, this is Reggie Time here with another video of my playing 30 on a snap, but this time it's for a different purpose. Obviously I'm still going to try and have some decent strategy content in it, but I'm actually going to start using these as some kind of video blog or vlog or whatever it's called these days, to chart my progress as I bid to rebuild a bankroll. I have taken most of my money off 888 to play on Sky, and that's where I'm still going to do the majority of my income grind. But I do have some time, because I only work part-time, I do have some time to have a separate challenge. And this challenge is going to be to rebuild my 888 bankroll with a view to using it as a training bankroll to learn other games. It's not big enough now at the moment to do that with. I'm just going to break off from this for a moment while I decide what to do with my ace jack suited. And I think I'm going to squeeze. And I'm going to hope here that we can fold out Nazar and then maybe get stacks in against Garcia. Because Garcia's got the light blue tag, which in my note system means he's one of the biggest, weakest players. It didn't work out, but never mind. And we still picked up the par, which is absolutely fine. So yes, I'm going to try and rebuild this bankroll here into something I can use as a training budget to learn other games on other sites. My current 888 bankroll, as you can see now, is just $137. That's because my main bankroll is currently in transit to Sky, because that's when I'm going to do the majority of my no limit grinding. But just going to call with the king queen. But Sky doesn't always provide me with the opportunity to play there when I want to play there. For example, I work part time, but I work shifts. So quite often I can be working until 10 o'clock at night. So by the time I've been home, had something to eat, showered, etc., it can be 11 to 11:30 before I'm ready to play. And that's when Sky tends to start just losing volume losing traffic quite quickly. And not really always is able to provide me with a grind. And then conversely, when I have time on my days off, I have 3 days off a week, and when I'm working late, I have some mornings off. There's not always that much traffic on Sky, so my hours played is probably going to drop slightly, which I'm absolutely fine with. But I want to fill that time productively. So I've been wanting to learn PLO for a long time now, and I've never really committed to it in any way. But now what I'd like to do, I have around $50 on PokerStars, so just don't keep money there. We have, as I say, we have the $136 here. So I have around $200 that I could immediately start learning PLO with. I'm not going to fold the 7-3 suited here too. And raise size that size, blind versus blind. I'm going to peel here just once, because I think there's a lot of turn cards that I can apply pressure with if he was to check, that being one of them. I probably have more 9x in my range than he does here. That's not to say he can't have a 9, of course. I just think I have more 9s. He makes a really big bet there though, and that is really quite big. I mean, who knows, he could be bluffing, but I'm not too worried. If I'm getting bluffed on bottom pair, it's really not a big deal. I'm going to check raise my pocket twos here, because King Kofi is quite a bad aggressive player, so I think we can get a ton of value from check raising him here and just have him not fold an ace. And by check raising, we kind of create an extra street of betting. So I'm going to make quite a small check raise. And hopefully he either shoves on me, excuse me, or we can just barrel off. Now I'm pretty nervous that he has 2 7s. But I mean, it's not like I can do anything other than shove here. And if he has 2 7s, well, so be it. And he has ace-7. And we hold, which is really nice. A nice start to the challenge. So yeah, to carry on the point that I was making, $200 isn't really enough to put into a PLO learning budget, because I expect to be a ton of variance. Even if you're a strong winning player, I expect to be a ton of variance in PLO when you're someone who's approaching it hoping to be break even while still learn. There's going to be a lot of swings in that. So I'd really like to, what I'd like to have is like a 3-way bankroll. My main bankroll on Sky. Right, let's just see what's going on here. We have 2 overcards, we have a flush draw. I expect my overcards are probably no good here when he raises. I think he probably has 2 pair or a set or something like that. Problem I have here is he could also be raising with a better draw than me. If he had more chips, I think we could consider calling here and just try to spike a turn. Yes, I mean, do I really want to go for, we knock my 150 off his raise for, so that's 350 plus 5, 850, 9. Do we really want to go for another $9 here? Another 30 blinds with just 2 overs and a flush draw against someone who's probably, if my overs don't count, I've got 36% equity. I think I've got no fold equity, around 36% equity. If he's got a made hand, probably less equity if he's got a better draw. So I'm just going to make the tight fold. Sorry if I laboured that point slightly, but I wanted to explain why I was folding. I just don't think it looks like a good spot. 2 overs flush draw, let's go. But I don't think it is anywhere near as good a spot as it looked. So yes, what I'd like to have is a 3-way working bankroll. My main bankroll on Sky, which I'm going to continue grinding for my income. Then a side bankroll on 888. Just going to see a bit here. We have a good shot. We might just fold like he did. I'd like to have another bankroll on 888 to allow me to play snap games at off-peak times on Sky. So what I'd like to do is get this bankroll to say $1,000. Take 500 off to put into a PLO learning roll, and then have another $500 to allow me to play the snap games, which are going to help keep my game a little bit sharper and just provide me with a little bit of extra money for a grinding option when I can't play at peak 888 times. So that's kind of my bankroll plans. It's going to be a while doing it. It's not going to be done overnight, obviously, because I'm starting from a very low starting point. You can't just magic $1,000 up out of nothing playing 30 NL snap. It takes quite some doing. It might take me a couple of months before this bankroll is back at $1,000. But I have no real problem with that, because it's just a little side project that I've got. It's not going to affect my ability to make the money that I need to keep myself in the style that I've become accustomed, which isn't a grand style matter yet. It's just a lifestyle that I like. So yeah, I'm going to be making these videos hopefully pretty regularly, and the reason I'm going to make the videos is A, because I like to keep adding content to my YouTube channel. I like making videos. I think some people enjoy them, some people find them useful, but mostly because I play much better when I'm making videos, and when you're playing off a short bankroll like I am here, even though I can add to it if I need to, I'd rather not. I want the challenge of just building this bankroll up from scratch, or almost from scratch. When I'm playing off a short bankroll, I need to be playing my A game pretty much all of the time if I have any chance of avoiding going broke. So yeah, I'm going to probably make a video every time I play a 13L snap session, just to keep my focus high, and then hopefully we can branch that out into continuing following the story when I start making my PLO shots, and perhaps when I have the bankroll to take the PLO training shot. Perhaps then I may stop making 13-0 videos and just start making the PLO videos. I kind of think it's a nice thing to do with my channel. It's for anyone that's interested. It might be a nice thing just to have the story running. I mean, I'm not so egotistical. I think many people give a toss, to be honest with you. But I think people do like following a story sometimes. People, I mean, the poker community can be quite a selfish community. But I also think if you can get a bunch of people up who have a challenge going, I think people do get behind you and they do take interest in it. Usually these things come in the lines of poker goals and challenges threads on various websites. This is just kind of an extension of that. It's a poker goal and challenge, but I'm going to be charting my progress more visually and audibly rather than in the written form. So I mean, it could be something that people are interested in. It could be something that nobody's interested in really. But obviously I'd rather people took an interest, but it's not the end of the world if they don't, because it's not going to change my goals at all. It will just give me that extra little bit of motivation and self-belief if I can have people, or do feel that people are interested in me and are rooting for me, or maybe people want to get involved and start their own video poker goals and challenges. If you do and you do host them and you'd like me to I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to say here. If you do want to get involved and you'd like us, we could make like a group thing of it. If anyone does want to start making some poker goals, challenges, video threads, yeah, I think it'd be a nice thing for us to do it. Have a group. We could all subscribe to each other. We could all promote each other's videos and just build like a nice little community of people who want to just do things a little bit differently. Maybe that's a pie in the sky idea. Maybe no one gives a toss. There's every chance that people are too wrapped up in their own little bubble in the poker world to want to get involved in something like that. So, but if you do want to get involved, please do send me a message. Maybe we can do some sweat videos of each other, where we play a session, but also just talk about how our challenge is going and how far we're getting down it, and if we're adjusting it, and all things like that. I think that'd be quite nice to do. He's gone so from earlier. It looks like he may be a regular. Second time he's done something aggressive now. Both times I've been aware of him. Can't really do much with the Queen Jack off though. He's going to peel the Ace King off here. There's two people in the blinds with less than 100 blind stacks. I want to try and keep them in the pot if possible. I think there's more value to get from them post-flop than there is to get pre-flop versus under the guns opening range. I mean, obviously we're just going to call here with our top pair good kicker. We're going to 3-bet red boy for value because he's not playing 100 blinds. There's a very good chance he's going to call with the worst hand. If he 4-bets me, I'll probably just fold. So now, I think we're definitely in front of Senpai here. A little bit nervous about Thanatos. I'm just going to check my tens, try and manage the size of the pot a little bit. But I'm going to bet for value, and I'm going to fold to a raise. Neither player should have that much 4x in the range. Keep checking back with the tens. With river. That's a pretty unfortunate river card there. I mean, we're probably going to chop now. There's no sense in turning my hand into a bluff here. And I am going to bet fold my set of tens. Yeah, that's really quite unfortunate. That board ran the way it did because I was very confident I was ahead of him, and I think we get some clean value on the turn there. So it's quite the unfortunate run out, but what can we do? There's nothing much we can do. We can't help with the way the cards fall. What do we get called by there? By he just called us with Jack Queen. So we stuck out. But I think we played the hand pretty well. Pleased with the way I played it. And again, it's unfortunate for him that we did hit our 2-outer on the river, but I'm not going to feel too much sympathy for him. These games don't feel that good right now. They really don't. Maybe when I get my bankroll built up a little bit more, I might just aggressively table start 15 or regular tables instead. I mean, I certainly don't have the bankroll for that now. Even with that win, with just 3 buy-ins, it's not going to be enough. But maybe if I can get to $300, maybe $350, maybe then I can consider changing how I'm going to build this bankroll back up. For now, 30 now snaps definitely the way to go. But it doesn't mean that's always going to be the way. We pick up a backdoor flush draw here, but we don't pick up any fold equity. Anything that called the flop's probably going to call the turn here, unless he just floated 2-8 or something, or 2-7s, which doesn't seem too likely on that board. So I'm just going to take my free card, just because, even though I like my pot equity, if we're not going to get any folds, we're kind of just burning money. If he checks the river, maybe bet. He's blocked it, so it looks to me like he's either got a weak king or a strongish queen. Maybe he has a hand like Queen Jack here, or who knows, King 7, King 6. I think the question is, can we bluff here versus that bet sizing? But it doesn't look to me like that's someone who's really got value in mind. Just defend the Jack 8 for the min raise, flop a good shot. But no, I think I'm just going to fold. So he's c-bet pretty small here, Croatian gent. We have a good shot, not much else going on. I mean, I don't want to call, so now it's a matter of do I want to raise or fold. And I think I'm just going to go with a one raise. And I'm not going to continue if he continues, unless I hit my 10. But that was just very much a sizing thing. I think if he did have the ace there, usually, and I don't know much about Croatian gent, it's not a player I'm that familiar with, but usually players would bet more there for value with an ace on the board with that texture. They'd be getting all kinds of scared of some of the draws that were apparent. So I think we can definitely attack the weaker bet sizings. Especially on a board that you'd expect people to see bet. Maybe not 100%, but close to 100%. We have 1-2 players behind us here that don't have full stacks, so there's no reason to 3-bet. So only regulars behind there, I may 3-bet. When there's weaker players to act behind, I'm less inclined to 3-bet. We're just going to take a stab here. 2 overs, backdoor flush draw. His range probably can't be too strong for checking this board. We may well just have made him fold a worse hand there. I think it's very likely we made him fold a worse hand, but it's nice just to pick the pot up. I haven't thought of a title yet for this new series. I'm not just going to call it 13 I'll snap on 888 episode 18, even though that's what we're doing. It's the start of a new chapter for me, so I'd like to think of a catchy title for it. If I can't, I might just leave it unnamed for the time being and maybe get some help on thinking of a name. I kind of want a name that's going to I want a name that's going to chart my, reflect what it is we're trying to do here, or what it is I'm trying to do here, which is build a separate bankroll to my main roll to hopefully help me diversify in the long term, to have more ways to invest in myself as a player. I think it's really important in modern poker that we do diversify. I mean, I don't ever expect mixed games to cascade down to being played with any kind of volume at the micro stakes. Usually what happens is the things high stakes players do eventually trickle down to micro stakes, but mixed games and draw games have been running at high stakes for such a long time now, and they haven't taken off with any kind of meaningfulness. That's not even a word. Yeah, but they haven't taken off in the micro stakes. That's basically what I'm saying. But I still like to learn them, because if they haven't taken off, that means when they do go, it's very likely that they're going to be probably good games. So first of all, I'd like to learn PLO. Then I'd like to start learning some of the stud games better. I mean, I'm familiar with them all. I understand the rules of all the stud games. I think split pot games really fun to learn too. I understand all the rules of them, but that's all I do. I just know the rules. I don't know any strategy in them whatsoever. I'm going to bet really quite big here against a bad player, or a player with a weak stack size, just because if he does have anything, I don't expect him to fold. So I'd really like to be diversified. I'd like to get to myself in a point in maybe 2017 where I can just put myself in any game at stakes I'm comfortable at and feel that I'm at least competent in the game, if not even better, to be like one of the best players in that game. This isn't because I believe No Limit Hold'em is dying or anything like that. I mean, it's not as good as it was. I'm not one of these poker doommongers that, you know, the world's going to end any minute now, walking around with my virtual sandwich board. The end of the world is nigh, and all that nonsense. I think that's just people who don't beat the games anymore, and are probably a little bit too narrow-minded or too stuck in their ways to realise that sometimes you just have to change. You have to be willing to change, and you have to be willing to invest time in that change. And yeah, I'd like to think I'm quite a forward-thinking person, and that's definitely my goals. Is maybe in a year, 2 years' time, be in a spot where No Limit Hold'em isn't my main game anymore. But to do that, we need to be rolled, because we need to have our money spread over plenty of different sites. So therefore, I can just log into all the sites and just see, right, where's the best game today for me? What am I going to be doing today? Am I going to be a No Limit Hold'em player? Am I going to be an Omaha player? Am I going to be playing some sit and goes, or am I going to be playing some 8-game today? Who knows? I mean, I kind of like the idea of that. It gives us more variation to our grind. It makes everything just a little bit more interesting than logging on and just churning out hundreds of thousands of hands, and it just being a bit monotonous, a bit grindy. And then if you get good at these games, well then, when the tournament series come around, you're probably going to be in a good position to do quite well in the tournament series as well. Because I'm sure in a tournament when like the Scoop or W Coop or anything like that's on, I'm pretty sure he's gone. It's the third time he's 3-bet me now. So it's the second time he's 3-bet me, but every time I see him, he appears to be doing something that's pretty bad. Not pretty bad, but pretty aggressive. Let's see how he responds to a 4-bet. I'm not going to make it really big because I do intend to fold here if he 5-bets. But I kind of would just like to, don't want to always just be laying down to him every time he 3-bets me, every time I don't want you to think he can just always be aggressive with me and have me just lay down. I think Ace-9 suited is a decent hand to 4-bet bluff with here. Squeeze for value with my Ace-Queen suited. Fold it if I get 4-bet. And yeah, Gonzo did fold. I kind of expected he might, because he can't just always have it. I guess we're going to have to stack off here against Senpai Nemas, and absolutely no idea who he is, what he does. But I'm going to check and try and rep Ace King and go for a small check raise. We're still going to get stacked by, if he has slow played kings or aces here, but we're going to get stacked by them anyway. I don't think it hurts to have him just stab with something he would have folded to a c-bet. We make it 9 here. It's going to make, yeah, I think we're going to make it 9.30 and just shove the turn if he calls. I mean, when he calls here, if he does call, I expect to lose some of the time, but it's hard to see what I lose to. It seems unlikely. I mean, if he has fours or deuces, fuck my life, basically. If he has a slow played aces or kings, well played, sir. I think you can have like king queen here, and who knows, maybe 2 jacks that he just to get stubborn with. So yeah, I like the line there. And for anyone that just auto c-bets there on the queen high and jack high boards, when you've got aces, kings, or top pair, top kicker, I think sometimes checking on those boards and just trying to rep ace king, because we do a really good job of repping ace king when we check there, and then go for a small raise. It can often induce all kinds of action that you wouldn't expect. We've been dunked into here on the 8-8-4 board. It's going to make a small raise because I think he's going to be min-donk folding a decent amount, and he did. Turbo folded. He's going to peel with the 10 queen suited because it's a lovely hand to play in position. Wow, that's a big quick bet. I think I'm just going to fold here. I think I'm just going to fold. Because that's a strong bet. That is a strong bet. I mean, if he's got the balls to bluff into 3 people there, well, he probably deserves to win the pot. So yeah, getting back to the series title, if by the time you see this there isn't already a title there, then please do feel free to try and help me come up with something catchy. Right, so this player here, this Zvin, whatever he's called, he's got the yellow tag, which suggests to me he's probably weak tight. That's what my note means. I don't really want to mean it. I've no objection to getting 50 blinds in here, but I'm just going to call and try and hit. I think getting 2.5 to 1. So yeah, I think it's fine. And now I'm just going to check shove, and if he has 2 aces, well, never mind. In fact, I'm not going to check shove. I'm just going to call and then call again. And he had ace queen, which makes me feel quite good about just going for the call line rather than the check raise, even though I think he probably would have just stacked off there. The check raised him on the flop because he had so little behind. I think I still prefer just calling and just giving him the option to put the last bet in. So yeah, with my planning to make these videos more regularly, then I'm not going to make them like 45-minute full-length videos every day or every other day. I'm probably just going to bring them out and maybe 2 or 3 a week at half an hour each time. We are approaching the half hour now, so I think we've picked a good time to sign off. We've had a good start to the challenge. We've managed to increase the bankroll by nearly $60, which is pretty pleasing. It's a good start, although we haven't got through this hand yet. I'm just going to start by calling. There's no reason to do anything but call. I'll call a small bet here. If he bombs it, I won't call. and then now it's just whether do I go with some thin value or not. And I think we can go for less than half pot, try and get value from pocket 8s, maybe, who knows, 10-9, 8-9. I'm not going to set mine out of position here. So yeah, we're just going to play around to our blinds. And then sign off for the session. There probably won't be a video released tomorrow because I am on the late shift, but then I am off work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so there'll probably be 2 videos released over that period, and I do plan to make another video with Patrick for my Stepping Stone series. So yeah, there's every chance I may be releasing 3 or 4 videos this week. So I hope you enjoyed them. I hope that if you've got this far, you've enjoyed it. I hope you're going to enjoy coming on my journey with me. And please do subscribe to my channel. It's the best way to know when the videos are out. If you subscribe, you get the email alert then. I mean, I will be posting to Reddit, and I may well start a video blog, whatever you call it, on 2+2, but I might not because I don't really like 2+2 very much. Might just keep it on Reddit, and I may ask if I can keep a video blog on Grinder School too, and I've just recently become an instructor, but who knows, that's just for the future. But for now, this is the end of this session. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a good day, and until the next time, be lucky and take care. Bye for now.